One thing I think a lot of XA people struggle with is how much code and programming do I really need to know to go into the industry? And after talking to some XA professionals and professors, I think having a background in at least HTML, CSS, and even JavaScript is really helpful. So JavaScript is probably the toughest for most people. So this tool kind of helps students learn some more about JavaScript and how to at least understand it, because just having a knowledge of the reasoning behind JavaScript can be really helpful. So the tool is W3 Schools, which many of you may recognize from it giving you help with other things like HTML and CSS, but they have a great JavaScript tutorial. So if you just search something like this, it should come up right away. So it will start at the home page here, and you can see it just has a ton of information on understanding JavaScript. And the best part about W3 is that they have all these examples that you can click try yourself, and it will give you the actual code, and you can practice on the site and then even take some things that you learned and put them into your own projects. So for example, if you just click on any tab here, it will take you to that section, and you can see all the different examples. And then you can just try one out. So if I wanted to see what this looked like, I can hit try it yourself, and it will take you to this page. So this is an example here. This is what the code will turn into, and then you can edit it here. So it comes in already completed for you, so you can kind of just mess around with it and see what you can learn. The run button is up here, so if I were to change something here and then run it, you can see it changes over there. So it's in real time, and it's really helpful for just getting a feel for how everything works. So there's just so much information on here. You can see it goes all the way down, and these are all the different sections. So obviously I can't go through all of them, but just to give you an example, this variable section talks about what they are, and then gives you some analogies, how to identify them, and just all kinds of information. So if you were really serious about wanting to get to learn JavaScript, you could take notes on this so that you can understand all this stuff. So there's also a great section down towards the bottom here, best practices. So this just gives you some ideas on what little helpful tips that you can take away in your practice so that you can use JavaScript to the best of your abilities. So just some really helpful tips that would be really useful. There's also common mistakes. So I think it's really easy to get frustrated if something's not working out for you, but this might be a great place to go to see if you're doing something wrong that a lot of people do wrong and how to fix it. And again, they have the try it yourself, so you can actually see it in action, what's happening and how you can fix it. Then there's a quiz towards the bottom here. So if you want to test your skills and see if you are fully able to do the programming stuff, you can just take this quiz and see how you do, and then it's just like a little way to see what you might need to study a little bit more. And then if you're really serious about it, you can study everything on here and then take an exam. You do have to pay an exam fee, but if you pass, then you can get your certificate from here. So the other great thing about this is that this is all free except for if you want to take the actual exam. So it's just a great free resource if you want to teach yourself a new skill. So why do XA professionals care about this? Well, like I said, it's just about having an understanding of the process and the logic patterns behind JavaScript. And this will help you be able to understand more of the process of designing a product. So, from the design to the actual programming, maybe you'll be able to step in and understand what's going on past the design phase. And I think that's really cool. It's also just a great skill to have on your resume so that people know that you are a jack of all trades. So W3 Schools is a great resource for a lot of things, but I think that their JavaScript section is particularly great and would be helpful to any XA student.